Hello! Welcome to the Jingo Jerry official Halloween Spooktacular 2022 edition. Oh, you might be a little confused. If you're a returning Jinkster, that's what we call the Jingo Jerry fans, you might be very confused of what's going on here. Why are all the changes? Now, I'd say that's funny because there are no Jinksters. No one's returning. Before we get into the funnies, before we get into the humor for everyone at home, okay, we gotta talk about something personal. Something happened. I moved. Yes, baby boy moved went from the big city to the fucking, and I moved in, so that's why everything's different. Surroundings are different. No longer headquarters that looks like a Christian household. Another thing you might notice, where are all the videos? A lot of the videos are gone. Well, that's because a lot of the videos were bad and you should feel bad for liking them. Screw you. Yeah, I said it. Anyway, I privatized a lot of them because a lot of high school edgy humor. And high schoolers are not funny. Now, when you're 20, you instantly become funny, like me. And I'm funny. I'm a genius. On the internet, if you're older than 18, you're a fucking genius. Okay, that's how that works. If you're a high schooler, fuck you. Die. I mean, I don't think there's anything else to update you guys on.
Jingo, you gotta update them on me, your iconic best friend, Jeff Sagman. I got brand new arms, brand new whip. Oh my gosh, you gotta show them.
Get out of here, Jeff. This does not concern you. Be gone!
Oh no. Oh no.
Well, now that Jeff's gone, we can finally get to what's the real thing going on here. The real important stuff. Also, I have this mic here. So I'm recording on there. And I'm also recording a mic on there. We'll see if that mic's good. If that mic's good, I'll use that. And if this mic's good, I'll use this. We'll see. We'll find out. Editing Jingo, tell us which one was better and which one was used. Thank you very much. Okay. But there's creepypasta. I found a creepypasta of the Breaking Bad last episode, and we are going to do it. Aren't you excited? Yeah, little Frankie, you go. Yeah. Woo! Baby, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Woo! Okay, let's calm down there. Well, now we gotta get a little spooky. Is this lighting good? Is it? Should I do it like right here? Oh, it's time we read Breaking Bad, the lost episode. By now, most of you have probably seen the award-winning TV show Breaking Bad, possibly having binge-watched it when the whole internet was buzzing about it. I don't want to brag, but I followed the show religiously since day one, being on top of my toes week after week in anticipation of what could happen next in the tragic story documenting family man Walter White's downward spiral into the life of a hard-boiled criminal. Some of you may even seen the shorter minisodes that were available on the net that tell various tales of the characters in shorter format. However, I highly doubt you are aware that there is a lost episode that was never broadcast on television because it seemed too disturbing and graphic. What do you feel about that? Agreed. Keep in mind, we're talking about a show where human corpses are dissolved in chemicals to dispose of them. Children get murdered, FNAF, and someone falls into a porta potty in one episode. I got to see the episode through Netflix at the behest of a good friend who regularly abuses the glitch in Netflix's system to watch episodes early before they're made public. And no, I can't tell you how. Okay. It was the 8th episode in the first season. That's right. As the savvy ones among you may have noticed, the first season was cut short by a couple of episodes because of the strike of the Writers Guild that was ongoing at the time. But yes, they actually made an 8th episode, and it was fully written, filmed, and edited. It was almost like it was any other episode, but there was something sinister. Something about this episode was off. Like with any episode, I was prepared to be shocked, but what I would see was truly something no mortal man should have seen. The episode was called Doll. The opening scene showed Walter White having hot, steamy sex with his pregnant wife, Skylar. That wasn't very unusual for the show. However, the actors didn't look like themselves. They looked disheveled. No, wait. At a closer glance, it looked like those weren't Bryan Cranston and Anna Gunn having sex. In fact, there were 2 bald yet hairy men wearing paper cutout masks of Walter and Skylar. So he has a fake pregnant belly. That's pretty impressive. I'm not gonna lie. Bravo, Vince. The fucking man released a screech every time he jammed his penis into the tight booty. Skylar, he moaned. The baby, your womb, is jamming against my area. Put up or shut up, Skylar responded impudently. The scene then cut away to the man portraying Walter having romance with a blow-up doll, the doll having replaced Skylar. While the actor portraying Skylar was laying in the corner sobbing, tears streaming down her face, and her still being undressed. The iconic intro sequence played. This gave me a little breather to process what I just had witnessed. I was at a loss for words. Was this an attempt at humor? I mean, I know whenever Breaking Bad did humor, it was pretty dark, but fitting. But this was just like a gag of one of those terrible fetish DVDs I got for Christmas. Was there a change of pace at AMC? The next scene picked up where I assumed episode 7 closed. Walter and Jesse were driving a long desert road with no ending in sight. From what I could tell, they were back to the regular cast. They talked about the deal with Tuco and what their next steps were going to be. Just then, you could hear Walter's phone vibrate. Walter cringed and blurted out a pained scream. Yo, what's wrong, Mr. White, bitch? Jesse exclaimed angrily. The phone kept vibrating and Walter kept flinching every time it did. Why don't you fucking bitch it up, bitch? Jesse, you don't understand. Walter replied again, sounding like he was in pain. He pulled over his car and stopped. Hey, what the hell you doing, you lunatic bitch? I'm Italiano, apparently. Italiano, I guess. Jesse, shut the fuck up, you gosh dilly darn idiot. Walter said as he proceeded to drop his underpants and go in a crouching position. He started pushing and let out a loud yet relieved sounding scream as a cell phone in a stream of diary. Yo, Mr. White, what in God's fucking name are you doing to you fucking what, bitch? Why in the name of Lord Satan would you store your cell phone in your ass booty cheeks when you could have had perfectly fine pants you could have used instead? I see you haven't still learned anything. This phone I use for business we are doing. We cannot just go around brandishing 2 cell phones. I'm sure fucking hell it would raise suspicion if I accidentally pulled out the drug phone in the company of someone who knows what my phone looks like. You goddamn stupid dumb knucklehead. I'm sorry, Jesse said in a soft tone and started nodding, lowering his head in shame. Walter put the bodies of the children in his trunk. I was again at loss for words. The whole thing with Walter running over the girl and executing the boy had been so goddamn unbelievably boring. I was literally bored to tears. I almost fell asleep. Okay. I started getting a hunch of why this episode really was never broadcast because it's fucking boring as hell. Then something crazy happened. Walter White started pulling on his face. I was baffled. Why would he do such a thing? Plop! Walter's face had come off, revealing that it had actually been a mask of his own face. Just bald. I chuckled. But there it happened again. Walter put off the face that was exposed by pulling off his face. Guess what? Under that mask, he was actually Skylar White. But it didn't stop there. He pulled off that one again and continued to do so for 5 more minutes, cycling through the 3 aforementioned faces. It's like one of those Russian dolls. In fact, Walter's head became smaller and smaller. With each mask he removed, the look on Jesse's face was priceless. And he kept laughing and holding his stomach and laughing. And he exclaimed, ha 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 ha, and then he does it again. After Walter was done, he got back into the car and pulled Jesse by the cheek affectionately. You're a good boy, Jesse. Let's go and grab some ice cream for you. What do you say? Jesse nodded approvingly with a big smile on his face. Walter had some difficulties getting around the pile of masks he had left outside the car, and he complained about his tiny head not allowing him to get a proper view behind the steering wheel. I also had a good laugh during that scene, that's fine. All of a sudden, you won't believe what happened. I shit you not. Walter's goddamn phone rang! This regular one this time. He picked up and said politely, "Who is this? And how did you get this number?" A voice sounding like Bob Odenkirk said, "Mr. Walter How do I do Bob Odenkirk? Mr. Walter White." "Yeah." "You don't know me, and I suspect we'll never meet. This is a courtesy call. Listen very carefully. Are you listening?" "Yes." He knows. Walter was enraged and wouldn't let this rude caller get away with this. "You mean Jesse knows about the fucking murder? How does anybody know that? Answer me, goddammit, hello!" But it was also too late. The caller had already hung up. What's certainly weird is that they would cast Bob Odenkirk, the man who played Saul Goodman in later seasons, as the caller. Saul Goodman hadn't been established yet by that point. It was all very confusing, and the look at Walter's face changed once more. Though for some reason he had a regular sized head again, I don't know. He put off his face one last time, revealing the same face with angry eyebrows drawn on with a Sharpie. The next scene, you could see Walter is peeling the skin off of Jesse's dead body in the army. It was displayed in graphic, gruesome detail. It showed every last aspect of it. "I'm gonna make something of you, Jesse. Believe me, I'm gonna make you into mashed potatoes." Walter moved to Jesse's bazongas. But here's a twist we were all not and could not have prepared for. Jesse was a girl. Well, I guess would it be a trans? Wait a. Yo, base. Everyone always says Jesse trans male type deal. That's a headcanon people always talk about. Wow, this guy actually. Wow, he actually. I mean, he did as a joke, but he accidentally actually did like the funny headcanon. Everyone says that he's a trans man. Wow, that's funny. Wow, based? Okay. Walter revealed on Jesse's body the most beautiful vagina he had ever seen. It was truly immaculate. Walter burst into tears, lowering his head into the dead, lifeless body of his companion, regretting it. And then the credits rolled. Overall, it was a pretty good episode, I admit. It had some flaws, and my doubts were here and there, but it came to a very satisfying conclusion. But then it hit me like a bullet. hit that boy's brain earlier. I melted into tears. I finally knew what was going on. Over the course of the episode, I perpetually had this lingering feeling that something wasn't quite right, something was off, and I knew this. I had a revelation, man. And I'm gonna tell you now. He didn't see. Jesse was blind all along. He didn't see Walter kill those children in Henny's fountain. He was crying because he thought he wouldn't get ice cream because the car halted again. And that's what's more. The reason why the text message on the phone referred to the character as Brian rather than fucking Walter is that it isn't a show. It's all just cleverly disguised. All the footage was shot by dash cams that are used to determine the capability in case of car accident. You know what that means? Brian Cranston actually killed all those people. He killed an innocent girl, an innocent boy, innocent blind young woman. When did that come into play? And a Chinese man. That happened on the way to the RV, by the way. All for nothing. I definitely had to bring justice as a matter, but all evidence was lost. Netflix had to fix the exploit in their system while I was watching the episode. I was brokenhearted. Anyway, the door opened and Brian Cranston stormed into the room. He hastily pulled up my underpants that were still down from that car scene from what? And it was too late. Brian Cranston already had the tape in his possession. What tape? And I felt miserable. But Brian Cranston began speaking. "Son, don't draw any rash conclusions. I'm going to explain everything to you." I mistrusted him at first, but everything he said made sense. It turns out I had partaken in a hidden camera prank show and all make fun of Jock. Hey! I'm glad everything was over and cleared up. Brian Cranston made up to me by giving me a fresh pint cold fresh beer. I fucking hated beer, but I appreciated the gesture and I drank that shit up. But I was not prepared for what followed next. Brian asked, "Now, can I offer you some mashed potatoes?" My body froze with shock. I refused to move. And I knew what was up. I was never heard from again. Woo! You know, that was interesting. You know, I know it was a joke. I was a little funny, ha. But, you know, it was interesting. Very interesting thing. You know, I wish I found like a serious one. You know, that would be funnier, I guess. But you know, you can't always get what you want. Bitch! Happy Halloween, motherfuckers! Oh shoot, I forgot to do outro. Hey, subscribe, do all that. Check out Grimpus and Simon Show. Watch all the videos, it's pretty spooky. Is there gonna be more? I don't know. Anyway, also check out the Nosh TV official freaking official fan game review series he's making. He's starting out, so it's starting out, and he's working on it, and he's doing pretty I will say. Donnie Darko, fan number 59 here. Anyway, you should definitely go check. The links are all in where the links are, or on screen here. You should definitely check it out. Happy Halloween. Happy, get bitches, get hoes, get money, get bank, get Frankenstein, little Frankie, and watch all videos, every video that I make, everything I make from now on to the end of time. Bye.